Explain to me why it took so long for the Players Association to respond to what the owners said that they were going to do pregame with the flag.
I think we wanted to take some time and consider, any and all of our options. If you noticed, we didn't just file the grievance, in a vacuum. We agreed to go back to the league and, resume conversations as early next week between members of our executive committee and league officials and club owners about potentially finding a better solution to this. We felt like the conversations that we had back in the fall in September and October got our business and got players and owners in a good place on this issue. And then when things sort of derailed and management took a unilateral approach to this, that's when you kind of see, the crisis back in the news cycle. And, it's a good thing that we're going to get back and talk about this. Hopefully we can have some mutual respect and find some solutions on it.
Why weren't you consulted by the owners in the first place?
I don't know. I mean, they sort of have their meetings. We don't exactly get invited to those meetings with as often as we'd like, probably. That's their business. I think they decided that it was best for business, or the voices in the room who came up with this rule probably decided it was best for business to try to force players to stand. We certainly don't take that perspective. We want players to have the opportunity to express themselves and feel supported. And the NFL more and more is becoming a game where players are front and center, and that's a good thing for the growth of the game and for fans.
If you were going to write it up, if you said, hey, I'm going to get all the players together and this is what the players want to do, how do you think they would vote with what we do with the anthem?
That's up to them to decide. I mean, our job in the union office is to ensure that their rights are protected.
But what do you think they would do, though, George? If you put it to a consensus, have you done a poll with the players on what they would want to do?
We haven't, but we know that most of the players were fine with there not being a rule to begin with. We had a number of players obviously demonstrating. We've gotten, unfortunately, far away from the reasons why those players were demonstrating. And I think you've seen a tremendous amount of progress made in terms of the awareness that players have raised about racial inequality, about social justice, about, criminal justice reform. All of those things have been able to have progress made on them because a certain group of players made a decision to upset the apple cart, so to speak. And I think that is something that we have to get back and focus on. I can tell you this offseason, we've had, our association has supported about 152 player camps, 30 of which had voter registration drives at them. So a lot of the conversation is about, what's going to happen with the rule or rule change or whatever, but where the players, I think, feel most strongly about is the work that they're putting in on a daily basis to try to improve their communities.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.